I'm so proud of you for coming this far, and the journey is just getting started. Today we're going to talk about the difference between Slim, which is part of your program, and I've been getting many questions about Spark. Can I use Spark? Can I use Spark instead? Can I use Spark in addition to? And the answer is yes. You're going to use what is best for you. Now let's talk about the differences and the similarities in Spark and Slim so you can choose. The first thing that's really important is that both Spark and Slim have 120 milligrams of caffeine. How much caffeine is right for you each and every day depends on your unique needs. You know how your body feels. Sometimes I know people that can go to Starbucks 3 times a day and go, I'm going back for more. And they feel great. And other times people take a couple sips of tea and feel like it's too much caffeine. And so you're gonna know what your needs are based on your body. Now, the caffeine in these is used to expand capillaries to help nutrients absorb better and be utilized better. Let's talk about the nutrients that are in both of these that caffeine is working with. In your Spark is based on B vitamins, neuroactive amino acids, and that 120 milligrams of caffeine. The focus is for the B vitamins to create a natural energy source so that you don't have a crash. And then the neuroactive amino acids are to help the neurons in our brain to fire better and faster so that we can be more focused, so that we can concentrate. Slim, on the other hand, is working with that caffeine in a different way. Slim is focused on appetite control, controlling your food choices and burning fat. And the 2 ingredients in there that are helping with that are your green coffee bean, which is from coffee fruit. I'll explain that in a minute. And also your Garcinia cambogia. So let's talk about those. The green coffee bean, so coffee is a fruit. So when I say green coffee fruit, what is that? It is the seeds, the raw seeds from the bean. And in those raw seeds, they have something called chlorogenic acid. And you don't get this from the roasted bean. You can't just go get a cup of coffee and get the chlorogenic acid because it has some benefits that are going to help with weight loss. And I want to read this. Sometimes I read things to you so I make sure I say the words absolutely correctly. Chlorogenic acid boosts the metabolic output of the liver, which burns fat and hinders fat absorption. 2 really great things that we want to see happening from that chlorogenic acid. These raw seeds don't have caffeine, like the coffee bean has caffeine, right? So this is non-stimulant when we talk about the green coffee bean. It also promotes balanced blood sugar by inhibiting glucose release, so it helps with a steady blood sugar level. The next piece that we want to talk about is your Garcinia cambogia, and that is another fruit. It's actually a little fruit from Southeast Asia that has something called HCA, or hydrocitric acid, okay? And the hydrocitric acid, 2 main things that it does. It stops carbs from converting into fat. I want to say hallelujah. The second thing that it does is it allows our body to regulate our cortisol levels. And what does that mean? Cortisol is a hormone, we call it the stress hormone, that all of our bodies produce. We need cortisol. We need cortisol production, but sometimes our bodies produce too much. And when our cortisol levels get out of balance, we tend to store belly fat and we feel the effects of more stress, either externally or internally on our body. So Garcinia cambogia reduces appetite, burns fat, boosts your metabolism, and helps with your digestion. All really, really important things when our focus is weight loss. So I think this is your best bet for your Slim and Trim program, but if you want to add some extra focus, a little bit better memory, and you're used to having that spark in the morning or you'd really like that, you're more than welcome to add it. Now let's back up just slightly and talk about caffeine for 1 more minute before I let you go today. And in the middle of your lifestyle guide, that came in your Slim and Trim box, I want you to look at the different products that contain caffeine. Your metabolic nutrition system, your pre, your spark, your slim, and know that there's different varying levels, especially in that metabolic nutrition system. The M&S3 is the lowest level, the M&S-E is the highest level. Depending on whether you feel great no matter how much caffeine you have, there is a limit, guys, but also you know your body, and I want you to get with your coach, and I want you to make sure that you have a regimen that fits you best. So with that said, there's one more question I've been getting. Well, where does Advocare's source of caffeine come from? And I thought this would be a great question to answer because there are about 150 naturally occurring sources of caffeine in the world. And the coffee bean and the tea leaf are where we get our caffeine. And so it's an extracted process that allows us to have the same exact amount every single time. And what that's called is a standardized extraction process, making sure the level of caffeine is consistent. So you're gonna find the same thing each and every time we use those two sources, and you know what's best for you. Are you gonna do the Slim? Are you gonna do the Spark? Or are you gonna do both? I'll see you tomorrow.